Good day. This is the second video in a series of three exploring the deeper context of what I'm calling the Trump Doctrine. So, some thoughts today on the apparent American foreign policy. In a short period of time, the Trump administration has firmly entangled much of the world in an ad hoc trade war, initiating and receiving reciprocal tariffs. Similar to the Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act of 1930, tariffs on a wide range of imported goods were applied to protect and improve American business. This, as today, brought reciprocal tariffs and, suffice it to say, a lowering of international trade as many markets were closed off. What followed in 1930 was a stock market crash and the Great Depression. It's generally accepted the recovery from this was slowed by Smoot-Hawley. Several other isolationist actions have been alluded to or enacted. Recently, announced travel bans on some 45 countries, continued bilateral interaction with Russia regarding potential business and trade opportunities, potential agreements on reduced military spending between Russia and China, and peace negotiations regarding the Ukraine. All this leaving NATO and the European community partners without any role or involvement. This, combined with no less than three unrequested and highly resisted annexation suggestions of allied partner countries, even some NATO partners, one could build a case here that America is looking to aggressively change the world's roadmap. Certainly, the need to establish a protected and insular steel and aluminum industry, a shipbuilding capability. Currently, America makes one ship for every 300 made in China. This is to encompass both merchant and military vessels, and the obvious strategic plan to blockade North American trade routes via the buyout and restriction of the Panama Canal, and potentially new Arctic trade routes around Greenland. All of this speaks to a preparatory period for extended world conflict. U.S. officials recently suggested that domestic steel and aluminum protection tariffs and subsequent industrial growth was a security issue, even in light of World War history where allies like Canada were trusted to supply those materials. A less concerning prognosis suggests America is fortifying itself economically, restricting trade through tariffs, reduced access to ports, driving up the cost of shipping into America as a further deterrent. Some suggestions involve restricting U.S. port access to only American made ships as a means of driving a new ocean craft business. So, isolationist, economic, geostrategic, and diplomatic policies speak to a possible breaking of the current world order. If, for instance, the intention to normalize relations with Russia is real, and the desire to craft non aggression pacts followed by establishing business trade opportunities, then establishing a secure North Atlantic trade route would be an imperative, assuming the EU rhetoric about extended trade and military conflict with Russia is to be believed. In this way, American involvement in Greenland becomes a defensive security strategy not against Russia, but against Europe.